We are getting very, very close now to TLC, and apparently Kevin Owens is indestructible. We're going to talk all about it in just a second, so stay tuned. This is your Smackdown review. What's up, Maniacs? My name is Mex. I'm a wrestling fan, a wrestling enthusiast, the WrestleManiac, if you will. And today we are talking about Smackdown, a really decent go-home show to TLC, which is looking like a decent pay-per-view. We had some good matches on the card and some angles building towards TLC. So we're going to get into it all now in this show, so stay tuned. And if you didn't know, right here at WrestleManiac UK, I discuss everything that is WWE and AEW. So if this sounds like the place for you, make sure you hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I drop a new video. And whether you're watching live on YouTube or live on Facebook, guys, please hit the like button. It does loads for the channel and I thoroughly appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's get into this SmackDown review. Show opened up with Kevin Owens in the ring, and Kevin Owens was calling out Roman Reigns. And for me, it's, like Paul Heyman told him, we know by now, Roman Reigns don't answer to you calling him out. He comes out on his own time. So Kevin Owens came out, shouting that he wants Roman Reigns out to the middle of the ring. Roman Reigns didn't come. So Kevin Owens said, you know what? I've got something to say anyway. He proceeded to say, I've told my family not to watch the TLC match because I don't want them to judge me for what I'm going to do to you at TLC. And he said some other stuff along the same lines, and saying that he doesn't fear Roman Reigns. Paul Heyman had then come up on the Titron, and then we saw Paul Heyman telling Kevin Owens, he doesn't come out to your calls and stuff like that. You're looking like a martyr right now. You're looking like you want to do anything to win the Universal title, despite it being to your detriment. Kevin Owens had some choice words back to Paul Heyman and eventually said, look, if Roman Reigns isn't going to come out to the ring, then I'm going to go backstage and find Roman Reigns. And more or less, as Kevin Owens went backstage, made his way to Roman Reigns' door, where Adam Pearce was there, and Adam Pearce told him, look, you don't need to do this right now. Wait till TLC. Roman Reigns wasn't even in the room when Kevin Owens, I think, tried to kick the door down. Roman Reigns, Titron hit, and Roman Reigns was in the ring. So somehow he teleported past Kevin Owens coming backstage. And Roman Reigns basically said in the ring that, look, we can end this all. I'm not a bad guy. This is just what I have to do to be at the top. We can end this all if you acknowledge me as your tribal chief and the head of your table, which is a really choice words by Roman Reigns. In this case, it's not even family like what we saw with him and Jey Uso. But obviously, Kevin Owens came out on smoke. Now I can see you in the ring. Kevin Owens came out on smoke to try and catch Roman Reigns. And he was attacked on the entranceway by Jey Uso. Roman Reigns left the ring, and Jey Uso and Kevin Owens gave Jey Uso and Roman Reigns gave Kevin Owens what was the first of many beatdowns that Kevin Owens received on this particular show. So yeah, they thought they were pretty much done with him after that one. But it wasn't the case. Really decent open segment. They're really selling this match. I'm going to have some more words to say on this by the end of this review because we had another segment to close the show with these guys. But yeah, really good way to start the show. High energy, high impact. Moving on, we had the SmackDown Tag Team Championship being defended by the Street Profits against Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. When this match started, I saw Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode for the first time come out in matching gears, very similar gears, colors and everything. And I thought, that's it. They must be winning. They must be winning the title, as well as this title match being before the TLC match. They must be winning the tag titles here. Really decent match. A lot of similar stuff to what we've seen, these guys all doing the ring together. I think at this point, this is probably their third or fourth match. I think since, these guys are both on Raw and they've come over to SmackDown. So I think this is probably about their fourth match. Decent match, like I say. We saw a frog splash by Montez Ford. It wasn't didn't get the pin because Bobby Roode came in and broke it up. And then Bobby Roode was tagged in, and then we saw Bobby Roode try to roll up Montez Ford, handful of tights. Montez Ford reversed it. rolled up Bobby Roode with a handful of tights and got the 3 count. So Street Profits retained here. Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler were going ape absolutely after the match, going after Little Nate, the referee, saying that, you know, he had a handful of tights. They even demonstrated on the floor with Bobby Roode like rolling himself up, showing, you know, how his pants were grabbed. So maybe they're gonna have cause to have one more match within this series. But you would imagine at this point, you know, Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler have lost, I think maybe 3 out of the 4 times or so. I just think they need to move on. Not that there's any tag teams to move on to, but yeah, Street Profits have surely got the one up on these particular guys. However, it was a decent match, despite being kind of the same as stuff we have seen from these guys before. Next up, we had the Riot Squad versus Billie Kay and her tag team partner this week to take on the Riot Squad, which was Tamina. Obviously, last week we had Natalya helping her out. This week it was Tamina. It's just a bit whatever in it. I think we all were waiting for the exact same thing. Tamina completely dominated the Riot Squad. I think she gave a Samoan drop and was about to pin maybe Liv Morgan, when before that happened, she was given, you know, there's a blind tag. Billie Kay tagged herself in. And then from there, the match fell apart. The Riot Squad took Tamina off the apron. And then we saw the Riot Squad hit their like double team finisher, which is kind of like a DDT by Ruby Riott, whilst the Liv Morgan comes off the top with a drop kick. And they got the pin over Billie Kay. Obviously, Tamina was completely annoyed. For me, Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, since they're split, Billie Kay has the one that's kind of shone a bit more. You know, her comedic chops are brilliant. She's so funny. I think she probably needs to be in a role. I think so. I saw this online where someone said that she should be Adam Pearce's assistant GM or whatever. Maybe that kind of a role rather than in matches not winning and just doing stuff like this. Or special guest on commentary, something in and around the performance center, especially since he's got this like resume gimmick. Let her be a commentator, try be a backstage interviewer, try be an assistant manager, you know, something like that. Peyton Royce has completely suffered since since the split. Billie Kay's got her head above water, but it just makes you think, you know, especially since they're trying to really establish this women's tag team championship division, or are they trying to establish it? That why did they split these two? They're brilliant together. And they're struggling apart. Peyton Royce more than Billie Kay, but they're struggling apart. So, I mean, next week, who knows? We'll probably see more of the same. Billie Kay with another special guest partner. Who knows? But yeah, it was whatever it was, isn't it? It was just nothing particularly special. Next up, we had Carmella having a champagne toast for her impending victory at TLC against Sasha Banks in the Women's Championship. This is all the typical stuff, you know. Sasha Banks is scared of me. That's why she got herself disqualified last week. You know, she's a rabid animal. She has no self-control. All of this kind of stuff. Carmella was fantastic in the ring with her sommelier, I think they're calling it. Her assistant that's pouring her the champagne and all of this kind of stuff. Listen, Carmella is delivering, and it's not even a secret. Carmella has been very, very good since the beginning of this feud. We had a couple of weeks of her just coming out and attacking Sasha Banks, but ever since, you know, Sasha Banks was done with Bayley, done with Asuka, and has turned her full attention to Carmella. What should have just been a feud for Sasha Banks after finishing with Bayley, and just a feud where she wins and moves on, Carmella is really carrying this, and I've been very impressed by her dialogue and everything she's done. Her match last week with Sasha Banks for the title before it was thrown out was very good. Didn't expect this from Carmella coming back into the fray. She's been excellent, and yeah, Sasha Banks' Titron went off. She didn't come out the front when everyone obviously turns their attention to the front. Sasha Banks came out the back. She had a glass of champagne. She threw the rest of the champagne on Carmella, started attacking Carmella, put Carmella in a bank statement. The sommelier came and I think he pulled Sasha Banks off Carmella. Sasha Banks slapped him. Sasha Banks went to put him in a bank statement. You saw Carmella hit Sasha Banks over the back again with another bottle, smashing that bottle to pieces. It was just really good stuff, you know. Like I say, this is a feud that right now doesn't have any. It doesn't have to be as good as it's developed to be. And I think that's completely down to Carmella really bringing something to this feud. It's been really, really interesting. I do expect a Sasha Banks clean victory on TLC at the pay-per-view, but yeah, this has been good, and I'm sure it'll probably continue into Royal Rumble, because yeah, it's really decent. Big up Alex Harrison in the building. He's arrived. Love from everyone that, you know, watches the show. And whilst we're here taking a quick interlude, let me just say, guys, if you're enjoying the review, please make sure you smash the like button, give us a thumbs up, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. Smash the like button. It does loads for the channel, and I thoroughly appreciate it. So if you haven't already, hit that like button. Moving on into the show, we had Otis with Chad Gable taking on Shinsuke Nakamura, who was accompanied by Cesaro. Obviously, we have this ongoing storyline of where Chad Gable is training Otis, the Alpha Academy stuff. Guys, I mean, I'm just going to skip straight to it. Otis got a pin on Shinsuke Nakamura. A bit of a nothing match. It was okay. It was very quick, the match. Otis went for a caterpillar. Chad Gable said no, this is another test, apparently. He was told not to hit the caterpillar. Instead, I think Otis gave him some type of like fisherman's hook suplex, then went up for the Vader bomb, hit the Vader bomb and Shinsuke Nakamura, and pinned Shinsuke Nakamura in the middle of the ring. Guys, did you hear what I just said? Otis pinned Shinsuke Nakamura in the middle of a WWE ring. This is to get Otis over and to forward this like Otis Chad Gable storyline. I get it. Why is Shinsuke Nakamura the victim? It's just underutilized talent. I just can't believe it. Shinsuke Nakamura. If you guys, I mean, I don't know how many people were watching NXT. The buzz he came to NXT with, you know, was it 2015? Even the buzz that he got coming onto the main roster. This guy has had a WrestleMania match with AJ Styles, albeit not the match we all kind of dreamed of it being. I don't even know what to say. It's not something I want to see happen ever again. I don't mind Otis winning. I like Otis. I love Shinsuke Nakamura. But if Otis needs to win a match with, you know, if this had a build, if this was a proper story between these two and Otis wins, fair enough. I don't believe it should ever happen. Not in this planet, not in my lifetime, but fair enough. But Otis to pin Shinsuke Nakamura, like Shinsuke Nakamura is just an enhancement talent. I'm not having that. There's loads of people in the back they could have brought out for this. I mean, I don't even mean any disrespect when I say this, but Apollo Crews, they could have brought out Apollo Crews because Apollo Crews isn't doing anything right now. They could have brought out anyone in that 24/7 division to come and do this. I just don't know why it was Shinsuke Nakamura. But yeah, Otis got the win. You know, backstage, he had another dialogue with Chad Gable saying that, you know, he should have done the caterpillar. Chad Gable, don't do what I say, do what I mean. Like, whatever. Chad Gable, you know, it's good to see him being on TV, being used, but I think we need to have a Chad Gable run, you know, rather than pushing Otis. He needs to have his own thing. Maybe that is going to eventually what this is going to come to, you know, Otis versus Chad Gable. But yeah, Shinsuke Nakamura being pinned by Otis, yeah, I'm not here for that. Next up, we had Big E and Sami Zayn in a, what can I call it? It was an award show that Sami Zayn was doing, right? The Sami Awards, where typically Sami Zayn wins all the awards. But what Sami Zayn didn't know, Big E had tampered with one of the winners of the awards, making himself Superstar of the Year. So when it was announced, Big E came out to claim his Superstar of the Year award. Sami Zayn was like, "What? No, this can't be right," and everything. He was, I think, talking to a cameraman or someone off camera. Big E was doing his speech. Sami Zayn kept coming back into the picture to try and get the award off him. Big E eventually kept pushing him away and eventually just threw him down the entranceway, destroyed the award he won as well. This is just a bit of fun, nothing serious, nothing special. I think they're just keeping Big E at the front of our minds. He doesn't have a match on the on TLC pay-per-view currently. Maybe they throw the Intercontinental title match against him and Sami Zayn onto the pre-show beforehand. Who knows? But I think it's just something just to keep these guys ticking over. I think they need to declare that there's going to be an Intercontinental Championship match between these two at some point. I know Daniel Bryan is still somewhere in the picture as well. But yeah, it was what it was, just a bit of fun. We had the main event match on the night. We still had another segment after this, but the main event match, Bianca Belair versus Bayley. I mean, all the stuff that these guys have been doing on social media recently to really push this feud, as well as what they've been doing on TV, has just been brilliant. And this was an incredibly fun match. I think it was the right result in the end. I think throughout the match, we saw loads of feats of more than strength, athleticism. She really showed her athleticism this match, Bianca Belair, and she was fantastic throughout. She is definitely, you know, someone that's going to be a star in the future, if not right away. Bianca Belair literally dominated for long parts of this match with Bayley. Bayley eventually fought her way back into the match, working Bianca Belair's arm, which kind of slowed down the athleticism. But it was really good to see Bianca Belair shine on this kind of platform. In the end, Bayley got the win. She was in a power bomb position, if I'm correct. Belair was about to deliver a power bomb and there was a bit of a rake of the eyes. And then I think Bayley gave her finisher called the Rose Plant and pinned Belair. So Belair is not going to get the win straight off the bat, which is good. It kind of pushes this forward a bit further, a bit more. Bayley can now be smug that, you know, you said you're the EST, I beat you, and all of this kind of stuff. So yeah, looking forward to the promos that come out of that one. But yeah, really, really decent match. Yeah, probably the best match on the night from any of the superstars. Last but not least, we had Roman Reigns return to the ring. And before I get into this segment, we had a segment backstage as well where Kevin Owens was still fighting, looking for Roman Reigns. We saw him in the medical room as well. Jey Uso had been sent to just end Kevin Owens, and that was Roman Reigns' words, end him, sort of thing. He's not going to get to TLC, sort of thing. And Jey Uso really went ahead doing that, putting him through tables backstage and all of that kind of stuff. However, Roman Reigns came out to the ring, like I said, in this main event segment. Roman Reigns said, look, I don't understand. You are on the island of relevancy with me. Come to the pay-per-view, collect your check, and done, sort of thing. Like, why is this going on, and you want to attack me and all of that? Be smart, you're a family man, etc., etc. Kevin Owens cut him off midway through, limping down to the entranceway. Kevin Owens is so good. You see matches like the Elimination Chamber happen, and the next night is Raw, and you'll see Kevin Owens is the only guy that carries the through line of coming out injured, selling the match from the night before. Same way tonight, he was selling the beating from earlier on. He's just so good at this kind of stuff. Kevin Owens came out limping. Jey Uso ran out to attack him again. Kevin Owens had the chair in hand, got the one up on Jey Uso this time, got into the ring where Roman Reigns was waiting. Him and Roman Reigns had a bit of a scuffle before obviously Jey Uso came in, and this became a 2-on-1 affair. And from there, these guys just took him out. Chair shot after spear, Superman punch. Jey Uso put him through a table. Roman Reigns Samoan dropped him through a table. They proceeded to completely bury Kevin Owens under all the stuff around the ring, the ladders, the chairs, the tables, broken tables, putting broken tables on top of Kevin Owens, hitting him with chairs on through the broken tables. This was a burial. It was a burial in every meaning of the word. Eventually, when these guys were done, they walked to the backstage area. It looked like Kayla Braxton was going to give them an interview in the gorilla position area when the screen came on, and Kevin Owens crawled from underneath everything he was buried with, sat on a chair with microphone in hand, and Kevin Owens said, look, I'm not scared of you. You know, I'm going to show up to TLC and you're going to have to kill me for me, you know, not to win this match. Kevin Owens is really showing that, you know, he's not giving up here. He's not giving up at all. And I've been beginning to think this for a couple of weeks now. It's still, you know, what do they call it? Very far-fetched. I think Roman Reigns is going to retain. But Kevin Owens, firstly, he's wearing a shirt that says "Stun the World." Like, yes, his move is the stunner, blah, blah, blah. But Kevin Owens is wearing a shirt that says "Stun the World." Is he going to stun the world at TLC? We have seen today, we have seen on the show that he has been buried under all of these different kinds of stuff, ladders, tables, and chairs, right? He has still got up to run his mouth afterwards to Roman Reigns. What's it gonna have to take to completely put him to sleep, to put him to bed, for Roman Reigns to retain at TLC? What's it gonna take? Because right now it's looking like he's indestructible. I mean, yes, it's going to be a non-disqualification match. So Jey Uso is another, you know, party. Maybe they have to bury Kevin Owens, tie him up, handcuff him to something so he can't climb the ladder. I don't know, but I'm intrigued to see it. And like I say, that Stun the World t-shirt he's been wearing has been playing on my mind for some weeks now. It would be a complete shock if Kevin Owens beats Roman Reigns. I'm here for it. I love Kevin Owens. And I think it could be good for the story. Maybe give Roman Reigns a bit of a crisis of confidence. Who knows? But yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to see that match. And they've sold this match very, very well. Guys, that is the SmackDown review. And I hope you enjoyed SmackDown. And I hope you enjoyed the show. Just looking at some of the comments, Alex has said, I think Big E will... Big E's being saved for the Royal Rumble and he might eliminate the New Day. Well, we can speculate on that. You know, on my Wrestle Extra show that I did on Tuesday with a Dazzle, big up a Dazzle from Black Wrestling Alliance, I said, you know, Big E at this point, he's got to be a contender for the Royal Rumble. And that pretty much could happen. TLC is a lame duck pay-per-view. It is, but I think some of the matches they've given us on this TLC pay-per-view are worth the watch, so it's going to be really, really interesting to see. But yeah, guys, like I say, that is the SmackDown review. This is the go home show to TLC. TLC is happening this Sunday, so on Monday we will have a video of my TLC review. So everyone tune in to watch that. And guys, if you enjoyed this review, please make sure you smash the like button, whether you're watching on Facebook or whether you're watching on YouTube. Please smash the like button. There's a lot for the channel. Thank you all for getting us to 200 subscribers. I fully appreciate that. We've done that before the end of the year as we were aiming to do. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I drop a new video. Merry Christmas to everyone. If you don't come back before Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all of that. WrestleManiac UK signing out, and I'll see you